This is a breaking news alert coming in at 3 a.m. In an unexpected move overnight, former President Donald Trump has strongly urged Congress to expedite the release of stimulus checks to millions of Americans. This announcement has sent shockwaves across political and financial circles nationwide. For months, Americans have been anxiously waiting for relief payments amid ongoing economic uncertainty. With inflation rising and costs of living skyrocketing, the demand for government financial assistance has never been higher. Trump's latest push could be a game-changer in this critical moment. The former president released a public statement early this morning emphasizing the urgent need for Congress to act immediately. Americans need relief now, Trump said. We cannot delay any longer. The stimulus checks must be distributed without further obstruction. This statement comes at a time when the political climate is extremely tense, with lawmakers divided over the size, scope, and timing of the next round of economic aid. Trump's intervention appears aimed at breaking the deadlock. Market analysts reacted swiftly, noting that this announcement could influence financial markets and consumer confidence. Stocks initially rallied on the news, with investors hopeful that swift relief payments would boost spending and jumpstart economic growth. But what does this mean for everyday Americans? Millions are still struggling with job losses, depleted savings, and mounting bills. A timely stimulus check could provide vital support for families on the brink. According to recent government data, approximately 150 million Americans are eligible to receive these payments, including working families, seniors, and individuals with disabilities. The average check amount discussed in Congress is expected to be around $1,400 per person. Despite the widespread need, several obstacles remain. Some lawmakers argue that the stimulus package is too costly and risks increasing the national debt. Others worry about potential fraud and mismanagement in the distribution process. Trump's statement did not shy away from criticizing these concerns. He pointed to the ongoing economic hardship as a clear reason to prioritize immediate relief over political disagreements. We must put Americans first, he said. Adding urgency to the matter, several states have already started preparing their administrative systems to receive and distribute these payments quickly once approved. The pressure on Congress is mounting by the hour. Social media exploded with reactions from both supporters and critics. Many praised Trump's push as a necessary move to help struggling families, while others questioned the timing and motivations behind his involvement. Political experts suggest that Trump's intervention could also be a strategic move as he positions himself for future influence within his party. By championing stimulus payments, he taps into a deeply emotional issue for many voters. Meanwhile, grassroots organizations have stepped up their advocacy efforts, urging citizens to contact their representatives and demand swift action. Public pressure is expected to play a significant role in shaping the final decision. In Washington, congressional leaders are reportedly holding emergency meetings behind closed doors. They face the difficult task of balancing fiscal responsibility with urgent humanitarian needs. The Senate Majority Leader confirmed that negotiations are ongoing, but acknowledged that Trump's statement has added momentum to the process. We're working around the clock, he said, to get relief to Americans as soon as possible. While direct stimulus payments to individuals and families are the headline of this relief effort, the overall stimulus package is much broader and more comprehensive. Alongside these immediate cash payments, the package is expected to allocate significant funding towards several other critical areas that play a vital role in America's economic recovery. One key component is enhanced unemployment benefits. These funds aim to support millions of Americans who have lost their jobs or faced reduced hours during the pandemic, providing a financial bridge as they search for new employment opportunities. Additionally, the package is designed to offer substantial aid to small businesses, many of which have been severely impacted by prolonged closures and decreased customer demand. This assistance helps keep businesses afloat, maintain payrolls, and preserve jobs in local communities. Another vital element receiving funding is vaccine distribution efforts. Ensuring widespread and efficient vaccine access is not just a public health priority, but also an economic one. The faster the population is vaccinated, the sooner businesses can fully reopen and normal economic activities can resume. However, economic experts caution that while stimulus checks and these supplementary measures provide essential short-term relief, they are not a cure-all. The nation's long-term economic health depends on deeper structural reforms. This includes strategies to create sustainable jobs, invest in infrastructure, improve workforce training, and address systemic inequalities that have been exacerbated by the pandemic. In other words, while stimulus payments offer an important lifeline now, a comprehensive approach that combines immediate aid with long-term economic planning is necessary to build a resilient economy capable of withstanding future challenges. For the time being, the top priority remains clear: to get much-needed cash into the hands of Americans as quickly as possible. The urgency of this effort cannot be overstated. Millions of families across the country are facing harsh realities. Many are struggling just to put food on the table, pay their utility bills, and keep a roof over their heads. The economic pressures caused by the pandemic and rising costs have left countless households in precarious situations where every dollar truly counts. Understanding the human side of this crisis is essential. To gain deeper insight into how this stimulus push could affect everyday lives, we reached out to several Americans from different walks of life. These are real people experiencing the weight of ongoing financial hardships and hoping for relief that could provide a vital lifeline. Their stories bring to light the urgent need for government action and the powerful difference timely stimulus payments can make. For these families and individuals, it's not just about numbers or politics, it's about survival, dignity, and the hope for a better tomorrow. Jane, a single mother of 2 young children, opened up about her struggles over the past several months. She shared, "I've been waiting for months for some kind of help. Between paying rent, buying groceries, and managing school supplies for my kids, the stress has been overwhelming. This money could truly mean the difference between being able to keep a roof over our heads or facing eviction." Jane's story is one among many, highlighting how crucial timely financial support is for families trying to survive through uncertain times. Similarly, Tom, a small business owner who runs a local cafe, expressed a mix of hope and cautious optimism. He explained, "It's been an incredibly tough year for my business. We've had to reduce hours and cut back on staff just to stay afloat. Every dollar counts when it comes to paying my employees and keeping the business open. Knowing that more aid could be on the way brings some much-needed relief." Tom's perspective underscores the ripple effects that stimulus payments can have, not just for individuals, but for entire communities dependent on small businesses. As this story continues to unfold, our team remains committed to bringing you real-time updates on the stimulus package's progress. The next few hours and days are absolutely critical as Congress debates, negotiates, and ultimately votes on this important legislation. These decisions will determine how quickly Americans receive the financial help they need and how effective the relief will be in stabilizing the economy. Stay with us as we track every development, analyze the impacts, and share voices from across the nation. The hope and challenges expressed by citizens like Jane and Tom remind us why this stimulus effort is so urgently needed and why it matters to every American. If the stimulus package is approved swiftly by Congress and signed into law without any major delays, the government's payment systems are poised to start distributing the first wave of stimulus checks as early as next week. This rapid timeline is possible because many administrative preparations have already been put in place, and the IRS has experience from previous rounds of payments to streamline the process. Millions of Americans, aware of the potential arrival of these funds, have begun to carefully plan their personal finances in anticipation. For many families, this stimulus check represents more than just extra cash. It could cover essential expenses such as overdue bills, groceries, rent, or even help pay down debt that has accumulated during the pandemic's economic fallout. Financial experts advise recipients to use the money wisely, emphasizing budgeting strategies to stretch the funds over the coming months, especially since the pandemic's economic impact is ongoing and uncertain. Many are reviewing their monthly expenses and prioritizing urgent needs, hopeful that the relief will provide a crucial financial cushion. At the same time, it is vital for Americans to remain vigilant about their information sources. Official government websites and announcements from trusted news outlets should be the primary resources for updates on stimulus check eligibility, payment schedules, and procedures. This helps ensure that individuals receive accurate and timely information. Unfortunately, periods of government stimulus often lead to a rise in scams and fraudulent schemes. Criminals exploit public uncertainty by sending fake emails, text messages, or phone calls pretending to be government officials requesting personal information such as social security numbers or bank account details. Falling victim to such scams can lead to identity theft and financial loss. To protect oneself, people should remember that the IRS and other official agencies never ask for sensitive information via unsolicited communication. Payments are issued automatically based on existing tax records, and no fees or payments are required to receive the stimulus checks. Therefore, Staying informed through legitimate channels and being cautious about suspicious messages is crucial to safely navigating this period of economic relief. The combination of prompt payments and informed vigilance will help maximize the positive impact of the stimulus checks on American households. Remember, the government will never ask for your personal banking information over the phone or by email. Always verify sources before sharing sensitive information. In conclusion, the push by former President Trump signals a renewed urgency to deliver financial relief to millions who desperately need it. This story is far from over and will continue to unfold rapidly. We will keep a close eye on congressional votes, public reactions, and the impact of the stimulus checks once they begin to circulate. This is a pivotal moment in America's economic recovery journey. Thank you for joining us this early morning for this breaking update. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll be back with more news as it happens.